Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj on October 14th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Rangarangayate Yorim Yachitatahan Bande Sri Gurum Nikasaninam Paramanandamadanam Sri Chaitanya Isham Harihi Om Tatsat Govardhana Dharam Bande
Govardhanam Dharam Vande
Gopala Goparupinam
Gopalam Goparupinam
Gokul Utsava Ishanam
Gokulotsavamishanam
Govinda Gopika Prayam
Govindam Gopika Priyam.
Today the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book.
So today we are continuing with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's topic is Sachimata decides that Lord Chaitanya remain at Nilachala.
মাতৃ বাঞ্ছা পূরণার্থে মাতৃভক্ত শিরোমণি প্রভুর ভক্তগণকে অনুরোধ। মাতার ব্যগ্রতা দেখি প্রভুর ব্যগ্র মন, ভক্তগণ একত্র করি বলিল বচন।
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw his mother's great eagerness, he became little agitated. He therefore assembled all the devotees present and spoke to them.
প্রভুর ভক্ত বর্ষতা তোমা সবার আজ্ঞা বিনা চলিলাম বৃন্দাবন, যাইতে নারিল বিঘ্ন কইল নিবর্তন।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed them all, without your order, I tried to go to Vrindavan. There was some obstacle, however, I had to return.
Lord Chaitanya is saying how I want to go to Vrindavan.
Lord Chaitanya is saying how he wanted to go to Vrindavan.
Without getting the order from his devotees, he was not able to go.
So, without getting the order from his devotees, he will be not able to go.
So he had to return. Now he was seeking the blessings from the devotees.
So then he have to return, and now he is seeking the blessings from his devotees.
প্রভুর ভক্ত ও মাতৃবাৎসল যদ্যপি সহসা আমি করিয়াছ সন্ন্যাস, তথাপি তোমাস হইতে নাহিব উদাস।
My dear friends, although I have suddenly accepted this renounced order, I still know that I shall never be indifferent to you.
Krishna, he revealed that he's, although independent Lord,
As Krishna, he revealed that he is, although the independent Lord,
he's actually never independent from his devotees.
he is actually never independent from his devotees.
He always wants to reciprocate the love of his devotees.
He always wants to reciprocate the love of his devotees.
He is assuring them that although he took sannyas, he will not be indifferent to them.
He is assuring them, although he had taken sannyas, he will not be indifferent to them.
তোমা সব না ছাড়িব যাবত আমি জীব, মাতারে তাবত আমি ছাড়িতে নারিব।
My dear friends, as long as I remain manifest, I shall never give you up, nor shall I able to give up my mother.
বন্তাসী হওয়া সন্ন্যাসীর কর্তব্য নহে। সন্ন্যাসীর ধর্ম নহে সন্ন্যাস করিয়া নিজ জন্মস্থানে রহে কুটুম্ব লইয়া।
After accepting sannyas, it is not the duty of a sannyasi to remain at his birthplace encircled by relatives.
Lord Chaitanya is telling the duties of a sannyasi.
So Lord Chaitanya is telling the duties of a sannyasi.
অন্ত বৈরাগ্য হেতু মহাপ্রভুর নিন্দা না হয় তজ্জন্য ভক্তগণের নিকট যুক্তি প্রার্থনা। কেহ যেন এই বলি না করে নিন্দন, সেই যুক্তি কহ যাতে রহে দুই ধর্ম।
Make some arrangement so that I may not leave you, and at the same time people may not blame me for remaining with relatives after taking sannyas.
So he's asking them to consider how he can follow his sannyas vows. At the same time, he can have some association with the devotees.
He is asking them to consider how he can follow the sannyas vow, at the same time he can have the association with his devotees.
শচীকে অদ্বৈত আদির প্রার্থনা। শুনিয়া প্রভুরে মধুর বচন, শচী পাশ আচার্য আদি করিল গমন।
After hearing Lord Chaitanya's statement, all the devotees headed by Advaita Acharya approached Madasachi.
প্রভুর নিবেদন তারে সকল কহিল, শুনি শচী জগন্মাতা কহিতে লাগিল।
When they submitted Lord Chaitanya's statement, Madasachi, who is the mother of the universe, began to speak.
প্রভুর সুখে শচীমাতার সুখ, দেহ যদি ইহা রহে তবে মোর সুখ, তার নিন্দা হয় যদি তবে মোর দুঃখ।
Sachimata said, It will be a great happiness for me if Nimai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stays here. But at the same time, if someone blames him, it will be my great unhappiness. Okay, it is a great happiness for a mother if her son does not leave home to search out Krishna but remains with her. At the same time, if a son does not search after Krishna but simply remains at home, he is certainly blamed by experienced saintly persons. Such blame certainly causes great unhappiness for a mother. If a real mother wants her son to progress spiritually, she had better allow him to go out searching for Krishna. The mother naturally desires the welfare of the son. If a mother does not allow her son to search for Krishna, she is called Ma, which indicates Maya. By allowing her son to go as a sannyasi and search for Krishna, Sachimata instructs all the mothers of the world. She indicates that all the sons should become real devotees of Krishna and should not stay at home under the care of an affectionate mother. This is supported by Srimad Bhagavatam. From 5th canto. No one should become a spiritual master, nor a relative's father, mother, worshipable deity, or husband if he cannot help a person escape the imminent path of death. Therefore, Sachimata, although the mother of Nimai Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered all the facts and decided to allow her son to go out to search for Krishna. At the same time, she made some arrangements in order that she might get news of all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So you can see that Mother Sachi is really a well-wisher for her son.
So we can see that Mother Sachi is really a well-wisher for her son.
She's sacrificing her own happiness to see that her son may achieve Krishna.
She is sacrificing her own happiness to see that her son may achieve Krishna.
And she shows the real example of a loving mother.
So she shows a real example of a loving mother.
সচিমাতার পুত্র সুখ জন্য পুরীবাসের অনুমোদন। তাতে এই যুক্তি ভালো মোর মনে হয়, নীলাচলে রহে যদি দুই কার্য হয়।
Mother Sachi said, "This consideration is good. In my opinion, if Nimai remains at Jagannath Puri, he may not leave any one of us and at the same time can remain aloof as a sannyasi. Thus, both purposes are fulfilled."
Since Jagannath Puri is fairly close to Navadvip Dham,
Since Jagannath Puri is fairly close to Navadvip Dham,
and many people who go between Navadvip and Jagannath Puri.
there are many people who go between Navadvip and Jagannath Puri.
So she can get news of life.
So she can get news of Nimai,
Devotees can go there and visit him
and devotees can go there and visit him
on the Rath Yatra festival.
for the Rath Yatra festival.
So both purposes are served.
So both purposes are served.
নীলাচলে নবদ্বীপে যেন দুই ঘর, লোক গতাগতি বার্তা পাব নিরন্তর।
Since Jagannath Puri and Navadvip are intimately related, as if they were two rooms in the same house, people from Navadvip generally go to Jagannath Puri and those in Jagannath Puri go to Navadvip. This going and coming will help carry news of Lord Chaitanya. In this way, I will be able to get news of him.
তুমি সব করিতে পারো গমন গমন, গঙ্গা সানে কহু তার হবে আগমন।
All you devotees will be able to come and go, and sometimes he may also come to take his bath in the Ganges.
She's hoping that sometime they come and bathe the Ganges and thus should get some association.
She is hoping that sometime he may come and take bath in the Ganges and she might get some association. She may get some association.
শচীর শুদ্ধ বাষ্ল প্রেম, আপনার দুঃখ সুখ তাহা নাহি গণি, তার যেই সুখ তাহা নিজ সুখ মানি।
I do not care for my personal happiness or unhappiness, but only for his happiness. Indeed, I accept his happiness as my happiness.
So this shows Mother Sachi has a pure parental affection.
So this shows that Mother Sachi has pure parental affection.
She is saying that my happiness, her son's happiness, is her happiness.
She is saying that Nimai's happiness, her son's happiness, is her happiness.
ভক্তগণের সচিমাতাকে স্তুতি, শুনি ভক্তগণ তারে করিল স্তবন, বেদ আজ্ঞা জয়ছে মাতা তোমার বচন।
After hearing Sachimata, all the devotees offered her prayers and assured her that her order, like a Vedic injunction, could not be violated.
শচীর অভিপ্রায় শ্রবণে প্রভুর আনন্দ, ভক্তগণ প্রভু আগে আসিয়া কহিল, শুনিয়া প্রভুর মনে আনন্দ হইল।
All the devotees informed Lord Chaitanya of Sachimata's decision. Hearing it, the Lord became very pleased.
This is the reason why Lord Chaitanya made his base in Jagannath Puri.
This is the reason why Lord Chaitanya made his base at Jagannath Puri. Thus ends the chapter. Sachimata decides that Lord Chaitanya remain at Nilachala.
I would like to mention that since
I didn't like to mention that since
in the compilation of this book,
in the compilation of this book,
that in most cases the same pastimes just are related with some different details.
the same pastimes are related with some other details.
But in this particular occasion, two different pastimes, two different versions of the pastime came up.
But in this particular occasion, two different details of the pastime came up.
Some of the books of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes said that he sent Acharya Ratna, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Lord Nityananda to Navadvip.
Some of the pastime books says that he sent Acharya Ratna, Chandrasekhara Acharya and Lord Nityananda to Navadvip.
And another version is done by Chaitanya Charitamrita and other book.
Another version is presented by Chaitanya Charitamrita and other books.
That Lord Nityananda had the colored boys misdirect Lord Chaitanya south to Vrindavan.
Lord Nityananda had the cowherd boys to misdirect Lord Chaitanya to south of Vrindavan.
And at some point, Lord Nityananda also was with Lord Chaitanya.
And at that some point, Lord Nityananda was also with Lord Chaitanya.
So normally we take the version of the Chaitanya Charitamrita as the most authoritative.
So normally we take the version of the Chaitanya Charitamrita as the most authoritative.
But in this case, since many unique pastimes were destroyed,
So in this case, there are since many unique pastimes are described,
how Lord Nityananda floated to Navadvip,
how Lord Nityananda
floated
floated to Navadvip
in the Ganges,
in the Ganges,
and on the way how he had different manifestations of ecstasy,
on the way how he had different manifestations of the ecstasy,
how Mother Sachi was fasting for 12 days,
how Mother Sachi was fasting for 12 days,
and how he convinced her to go to Shantipur and meet Lord Chaitanya.
and how he convinced her to go to Shantipur and meet Lord Chaitanya,
And how said he was hungry,
and how he said that he was hungry,
convinced to take prasad and cook for him.
convinced her to take prasad and cook for him,
And how the devotees went to Shantipur.
and how the devotees they went to Shantipur.
Actually, these two pastimes seem to have Lord Nityananda in two places at once.
Actually, this pastime seems to have Lord Nityananda at two places at once.
Maybe there's some way to explain it. Or maybe Lord Nityananda was in two places at once.
Maybe in some place it is explained that maybe Lord Nityananda was at two places at once.
Well, that's not wonderful for Lord Nityananda.
But that's not wonderful for Lord Nityananda.
That he could do.
That he could do.
Maybe some way that it can be described.
Maybe at some point that it can be described.
Maybe there's some way.
Maybe there is some way that it can be described.
And since there is two versions, I am presenting both.
But since there are two versions, I am presenting both.
One is that Lord Nityananda went to Navadvip.
One is that how Lord Nityananda went to Navadvip,
how Lord Chaitanya went to Pulia,
how Lord Chaitanya went to Pulia,
then went to Shantipur.
and then he went to Shantipur.
Other, how Lord Chaitanya went to Shantipur
And other, how Lord Chaitanya went to Shantipur
with Lord Nityananda
with Lord Nityananda
and crossed the river with Advaita.
and crossed the river with Advaita.
So once they reached Shantipur, the two pastimes became one.
But once they reached Shantipur, the two pastimes became one.
So this is the first time I saw two versions of the same pastime.
So this is the first time I saw two versions of the same pastime.
Since both are figure out how to combine, I have to do some speculation to figure out how to combine both.
We are thinking how to combine both.
I have to do some speculation.
We have to do some speculation.
That I don't think is authorized.
But that I don't think it is authorized.
I'm presenting both the versions,
But I am presenting both the versions,
and then on Shantipur they united.
and at Shantipur they united both the versions.
Any questions?
What must be the mood of the devotees while serving the Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru? Who is more important? Please guide this fallen one and forgive me for any offences, Srila Gurudev. Your unqualified servant, Kakuli Rani.
You can have many Siksha Gurus,
You can have many Siksha Gurus,
but only one Diksha Guru.
but only one Diksha Gurus.
The Diksha Guru has to accept your karma.
The Diksha Guru has to accept your karma.
So naturally, if there's some conflict between what the Siksha Guru is instructing and what the Diksha Guru is instructing,
Naturally, when there is some conflict between what the Siksha Guru is instructing and what the Diksha Guru is instructing,
then according to the authorities, how we should take the Diksha Guru's version.
according to the authorities, we should take the Diksha Guru's version.
But one thing is that
But one thing is that
on the end of Purushottam month, it's recommended one should cook Malpuas.
one thing is that it is recommended that at the Purushottam end of the Purushottam month, one should cook malpuas
And offer 33 Malpuas and either some pot.
and offer 33 malpuas
Put them in a pot.
put them in a pot.
Could be a clay pot or a brass pot
Could be a clay pot or a brass pot
or any
or any metal.
silver, gold.
Could be gold,
Depends on your capacity.
silver, gold,
And you should give that to some Brahmin.
but you should give that to some Brahmins.
Some devotees asked me, how do you cook Malpua?
Some devotees asked me, how do you cook malpua?
I didn't know, I'm not a cook.
I don't know, I'm not a cook.
I know how to cook Chiradai.
I only know how to cook chiradai.
There's a recipe of how instructed video how to cook, prepare Malpua.
There is a recipe instructing video how to prepare malpuas.
And that's on the CDM website.
That is on the CDM website.
I'll send out the college study Dasi. She very kindly shown how to prepare
I'll
the
share that now. Kala Sudha Devi Dasi, she had kindly shared how to prepare malpuas.
so those who don't know how to cook Malpuas,
Those who don't know how to cook malpuas,
I'd like to brush up a bit.
who would like to brush up a bit,
You can check out this recipe.
you can check out this recipe.
I'll be sending it out also.
We'll send it on the chat also. We can attain Radha Krishna by the mercy of Lord Gauranga. What about those who live in Vrindavan? They all love Radha Krishna but not so much about Gaur Nitai. Is it necessary for them to take shelter of Gaur Nitai? Madhurya Gaurangi Devi Dasi from Vrindavan.
Six Goswamis, they taken shelter of Lord Chaitanya.
The 6 Goswamis, they had taken shelter of Lord Chaitanya.
Therefore, they developed the natural love for Radha and Krishna.
Therefore, they developed the natural love for Radha and Krishna.
The Nitai Gaur give the mercy so that you can have awaken your natural love for Radha and Krishna.
Nitai Gaur, they have given their mercy so that you can awaken your natural love for Radha and Krishna.
Radha and Krishna, staying in Vrindavan, you get 1,000 times the benefit of any service.
Staying in Vrindavan, you get 1,000 times of any service.
You get 1,000 times benefit.
You get 1,000 times benefit.
But if you make an offense,
But if you make an offense,
you get 1,000 times the negative.
you will get the 1,000 times of the negative. The negative.
So that, for that reason, Jagannath Das Babaji, he left Vrindavan and came to Mayapur.
For that reason, Jagannath Das Babaji, he left Vrindavan, he came to Mayapur,
Came to Navadvip Dham.
came to Navadvip Dham.
So, to worship Radha and Krishna properly, I think you still need the mercy of Nitai Gaur.
To worship Radha Krishna properly, I think you still need the mercy of Nitai Gaur.
And that way, you can be forgiven for any offense.
In that way, you could be forgiven for any offense.
So before one goes to Vrindavan,
It says before one goes to Vrindavan,
I should visit Navadvip Dham and get the blessing of Lord Chaitanya.
they should visit Navadvip Dham and get the blessings of Lord Chaitanya.
Before we chant Hare Krishna, we chant Panchatattva mantra.
Before we chant Hare Krishna, we chant Panchatattva mantra. Here in USA, due to COVID flood shots that are mandatory for everyone, but it has egg yolk in it, thought there are very few egg-free vaccines. They are only for about 18 years. My son is 14 and initiated. Please kindly advise us what to do. Gopi Kanta Krishna Das and Kalindi Gopi Devi Dasi.
Are you saying there are some vaccines which are egg yolk free?
You are saying that the vaccine which has egg yolk free,
They're for 18-year-olds.
but they are for above 18 years old.
I can consult with a doctor.
You can consult with the doctor.
I don't know why that's for 18-year-olds.
I don't know why that's for 18 years old.
Anyway, if you have to take a vaccine,
Anyway, if you have to take a vaccine,
what can you do?
what can you do?
If possible, take the egg-free one.
If possible, take the egg-free one.
Not possible, what can be done?
If it is not possible, what can be done?
Say Sri Vishnu 3 times.
Say Sri Vishnu 3 times.
Prabhupada said utility is the principle.
Prabhupada said utility is the principle.
I told him that even the milk that he bought had cod liver oil. Even the milk had cod liver oil.
The milk can have cod liver oil.
Prabhupada said this Kali Yuga,
Prabhupada said it is Kali Yuga.
nothing is pure.
Nothing is pure.
So we need the milk to give us the finer brain tissue.
So we need the milk to give us the finer brain tissues.
I cooked that and offered it to Krishna.
And we cook that and offer it to Krishna.
And then you can say Sri Vishnu 3 times and take medicine.
And for medicine, you can say Sri Vishnu 3 times and take the medicine. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, I take lot of time to chant my rounds. Sometimes I take 3 hours to finish 16 rounds. I find it is very difficult to chant faster and more effectively. Your servant Aarti Shekhar.
Generally, 16 rounds take maximum 2 hours.
Generally, 16 rounds takes maximum 2 hours.
That's about 7.5 minutes per round.
That's about 7.5 minutes per round.
I don't know, it takes you 3 hours.
I don't know why it takes you 3 hours.
Sometimes I met people and they chanted actually 2 rounds.
Sometimes I met people, they chanted actually 2 rounds.
One way and another way.
One way and the another way.
That they call it 1 round.
And that they counted 1 round.
Actually, they're chanting 32 rounds.
Actually, they are chanting 32 rounds.
So, and some people take out your beads and chant, watching your beads.
And some people take out their beads and chant watching their beads.
Sometimes people go 2 forward, 1 back, 2 forward, 1 back.
Sometimes people will do 2 forward, 1 back, 2 forward, 1 back.
And this way, they take more time.
And in this way, it takes more time.
One person I heard chanting, and how you can take a tape of your self chanting.
One thing I heard that you can take the tape of your self chanting.
See what you're pronouncing.
See what you are pronouncing.
Some person would get stuck on Ram.
Sometimes we get stuck in Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Hare. So, see, why is it taking 3 hours to chant?
See why it is taking 3 hours to chant.
Maybe either you're chanting very slow, or you're chanting you're double, or I don't know.
Maybe you are chanting very slow, maybe you are doing double, I don't know.
If I was there, I could give you a japa course.
If I was there, I can give you a japa course.
But since I'm not,
Since I am not,
maybe you can take yourself and listen.
since I
Are you ready to announce this?
since I am not there, you should tape your own chanting, self chanting. Dear Gurudev, please accept my respectful obeisances at your divine lotus feet. Gurudev, I realize that my faith is shaking in testing situations. Gurudev, I tried to follow your divine example to remember Krishna in pain, but it was not easy. Please guide me, dear Father, Shyam Chandra Das.
I say that the most painful time is actually leaving our body.
There is a saying that the most painful time is actually when leaving our body.
Someone asked me yesterday
Someone asked me yesterday
that I heard that the time of death is like being stung by 40,000 scorpions at one time.
So we hear that at the time of death, the pain is like we being stung by 40,000 scorpion at once.
And they were asking the bodies have to undergo such great pain.
So they were asking, does the devotees have to undergo such great pain?
We see from the pastime of Lord Narada
We see through the pastime of Lord Narada Muni
that his leaving his body was painless.
his leaving of his body was painless.
But sometimes maybe one has pain, I don't know.
Sometimes one maybe have pain, I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
So since death may be a very painful situation,
Since that may be a very painful situation,
it's good that we have some pain just to practice.
so we could have some pain just to practice.
And we can be ready for the final test.
So we can be ready for the final test. Why is that Lord Chaitanya is not well known in India? If it was not Srila Prabhupada, I don't think I would have ever heard of him. Hemangi Gopi Devidasi.
Followers of Lord Chaitanya have not done their job
The followers of Lord Chaitanya had not done the job.
We should try to educate people in the great mercy of Lord Gauranga.
We should try to educate the people about the great mercy of Lord Gauranga.
And because Srila Prabhupada did that,
And
we
because
have
Srila
benefited.
Prabhupada did that, we have benefited.
So, as his followers, it's our duty to also help them to
So as his follower, it is our duty to help him to
make Lord Chaitanya well known.
Lord Chaitanya well known.
I saw in Mumbai that many devotees were gathering in front of the Radha Rasihari Lita Visakha temple and the Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman temple.
I saw in Mumbai there are many people who are gathering in front of the Radha Rasbihari Lalita Vishaka temple and the Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman temple,
And not so many in the Nitai temple.
but not so many in front of the Nitai Gaur temple.
I told them that it's by the mercy of Nitai Gaur I get the mercy of Radha Krishna.
I told them, by the mercy of Nitai Gaur, we get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Guru Maharaj, I find it very difficult to balance my academic studies and Krishna consciousness. If I study for long hours, I feel as if my mind is completely absorbed in the subject matter. How to maintain the Krishna consciousness mood all time? Please help your unworthy son Harihara Krishna Chaitanya Das.
Hare Hara Krishna Chaitanya Das. Hare Hara Show.
Harihara Show. Harihara
We do
Show.
our academic study as one of our services to Lord Krishna.
Do your academic studies as one of your services to Lord Krishna.
Then it should be easy for you to remember Krishna.
Then it would be easy for you to remember Krishna.
Since having an academic degree may help in serving Krishna,
Since having an academic degree may help in serving Krishna,
so that way we try to increase our service to Krishna.
so in that way we can try to increase our service to Krishna.
Jiva Swami, he could have gone directly to his spiritual master,
Jiva Goswami, he could have gone directly to his spiritual master,
but he thought whether he should get educated first and then go.
but he thought better for him to get educated first and then he will go.
So, like that, if you see your academic studies as part of your service to Krishna,
So, like that, if you see your academic studies as a part of service to Krishna,
and keep on chanting your rounds, not doing other required duties,
and keep on chanting your rounds and do other required duties.
before reading your books, chant Om Tat Sat.
Before reading your books, chant Om Tat Sat.
When you finish, chant Om Tat Sat.
After you have finished, chant Om Tat Sat.
Keep offering your academic studies to Krishna.
So keep offering your academic studies to Krishna. Hare Krishna, dearest Gurudeva, please accept my respectful obeisances onto your divine lotus feet. I have observed Srimati Radharani or the gopis do not have tilak as Krishna does in the temple deities. Please enlighten me. Gurudev, Golokpriya Gorangi Devidasi.
We did a study
We did a study
of different deities in Vrindavan.
different deities in Vrindavan.
We saw that some deities had tilak and some didn't.
We saw that some deities had tilak and some didn't.
Why particularly some deities do not have, I don't know.
Why particularly some deities do not have, I don't know.
We saw both the things were there on the deities of the Goswamis.
We saw that both the things are there on the deities of the Goswamis.
I'll look into it.
I will look into it. Kindly accept my respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet. As it was explained in Chaitanya Leela, how prasadam and mahaprasadam are transcendental, can we honor the prasadam if the next day, if it is more, though materially they seem to be stale? Your spiritual daughter, Sadanandini Yogini Devidasi.
And generally, it's said that we should take prasadam.
Generally, it's stated that it is said that we should take prasadam,
We should honor it
we should honor it
within the time period allowed.
within the time period allowed.
At the same time, prasadam is always transcendental.
At the same time, prasadam is always transcendental.
It's worthy of our respect.
It's worthy of our respect. Please instruct how should we be strong in our devotional service before marriage, especially who is already engaged. Yuteshwari Radhika Devidasi.
I don't really understand this question.
I don't really understand this question.
How should we be strong before marriage?
How should we be strong before marriage?
Some special situation before marriage?
Is there some special situation before marriage?
We should definitely not break any principles before marriage.
Definitely, we should not break any principle before marriage.
And
Principles.
we should try to see that this
And we should try to see that
your fiance, the fiance is compatible with you.
and we should try to definitely see that if your fiance is compatible with you,
That your expectations and his expectations are similar.
that your expectations and his expectations are similar.
Or just to take, like, to get a university degree, I take so many tests.
To get an university degree, they take so many tests.
So you're going to get married, you're going to stay with the person your whole life.
So when you are going to get married, you are going to stay with the person your whole life.
So before marriage, it's important to see that the person is going to be what you expect.
So before your marriage, it's important to see that the person is going to be
What you expect.
what you expect.
And you both are going to help each other
Like both are going to help each other
in their Krishna consciousness and fulfilling the duties of also the life.
going to help each other in Krishna consciousness, help fulfilling the responsibilities of husband and wife, duties of husband and wife. Why does it feel like our ignorance is dispelled only during the time we are chanting or associating with devotees? But once when we are back to our daily activities and our work, it appears like we get distracted. How do we balance this and stay fixed in our spiritual life? Please kindly enlighten, Gurudev.
Akirani, thank you for asking.
Kayarani, thank you for asking.
Our secret is to learn how to stay Krishna conscious in every circumstance.
The secret is to learn how to stay Krishna conscious in every circumstances.
Now it's true that when we chant, when we associate with devotees, actually our consciousness is more fixed.
It is true that we chant, and when we associate with devotees, our consciousness is more fixed.
So when we do our daily activity, we should also chant.
So we know that in our daily activities, we should also chant.
And the work we perform, we should do it in a responsible way.
The work we perform, we should do it in a very responsible way.
That this is all part of our service
That this is a part of our service
to Krishna.
to Krishna.
I don't know specifically what your
I I don't know specifically what your
work is,
work is,
but I cannot give a more relevant answer.
so I cannot give you a more relevant answer. Last question. You had mentioned in class that Sachimata is eternal mother of the Lord. Like that, all his associates are eternal. How do we understand our position and how do we associate with Lord's eternal associates? Please enlighten me and forgive me for offenses. Janani and Ananda.
Our existence gradually revealed to us,
How this is gradually revealed to us.
and we should consider ourselves dependent on the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his pure devotees.
We should consider ourselves as dependent on the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees.
In this material world, are Nitya Baddha,
In this material world, we are Nitya Baddhas.
and in the spiritual world, are Nitya Siddha,
In the spiritual world, there are Nitya Siddhas,
eternally liberated.
eternally liberated.
So we want to gradually reach the eternally liberated state
So we want to gradually reach the eternal elevated stage
by serving Krishna in pure devotion.
by serving Krishna in pure devotion.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.